I'm Aaron, and this is Great Expectations. Clients are from Mars, contractors are from Venus. The architecture, construction, engineering industry is such a unique industry in many ways. As a former project manager and now designer and construction consultant, I've seen almost all sides of this industry, and I've experienced first or second hand that the biggest hurdle for a harmonious and successful project is a mountain of expectations. How do you hurdle a mountain, you ask? Well, you don't. You climb it one step at a time. There's no silver bullet here, folks. But by the end of this video, we should have actionable items and a roadmap of how to get to the other side safely. Ultimately, what we're talking about is expectations from two different groups and how their misalignment can cause problems. I'm going to focus on the contractor and the client because architects and engineers, while not perfect, have more straightforward scopes and generally understand that they're service providers a bit more clearly. With our contractor and client, we have two entities that really don't know much about each other and what they do. And that's where our problems begin. Imagine we have a client that needs a medium-sized home renovation done on their family home. They don't know anyone in contracting, but a friend has a friend that used a contractor and didn't have horrible things to say about their experience. That's good enough, it seems. So by all accounts, the client knows nothing about the contractor and the contractor knows nothing about the client. Breaking it down elementally, the client knows that this company has at least the capabilities to do a renovation of their size and scope. And the contractor knows that the client is willing to exchange their money for a home renovation. These facts are all we know at this point, so information beyond this must be acquired. Of the home renovation, the client often doesn't know or understand how to accomplish the tasks involved in the renovation. What steps or sequences are required to complete the renovation? What type of quality is realistic for their budget? How much the renovation wish list will cost? How long the desired scope of work will take? What expertise is required to complete the individual tasks in the renovation? Having little understanding of these items is completely understandable. You can watch HGTV for a year and still have no idea how to renovate a house. You may also have misaligned expectations about how much everyone smiles and how good looking the trades are, but you'll find that out soon enough. So if the clients generally don't understand these things, how do they acquire this knowledge? Well, someone tells them. Who should that someone be? The contractor. I use contractor and builder basically interchangeably. Hey guys, just a quick reminder to like and subscribe. And if you do, I'll teach you to play the piano with no prior experience in less than one day. If you do, your clothes will finally wear you and not the other way around. And if you do, nothing will go wrong for the rest of the day. Of the client, the builder often doesn't know or understand what the client's quality expectations are versus their budget, what the client's communication style is, what the client's communication expectations are, communication modes, texting, email, how frequently do they want to communicate, what the client's expectations are with respect to time and budget. So this information should all be communicated or discussed in the initial meeting between the client and the builder. Between the client and the builder, there's only one expert in this field, and it's the builder. Clients are wading into a world that they know very little about often, and they don't know what questions are appropriate to ask or where they might be overstepping, so they'll often look to the builder to drive this conversation. In the initial meeting, the builder should provide answers to all this information that the clients don't know, even if they don't ask. A mistake I see builders make is they assume that if the clients don't ask, they know the answer. Often clients are hesitant to ask, as this world, and sometimes even the contractors themselves, can be intimidating. The great divide here occurs because many contractors don't see themselves as service providers. They don't see the client as a customer in the old-fashioned sense, and they don't realize the client is looking for an ally, not an adversary. The client needs help. They don't want an employee-employer type of relationship. Imagine you get a job in a new city and you need to buy a house in a city you don't currently live in. Your first call will be to a real estate agent in that city. You'll rely on that agent for their expertise and their knowledge of that city. You'll want to know, based on your budget, where the best areas of town are for you to live, what kind of house will suit your needs the best, what you can get for your budget. You'll rely on that agent to curate a collection of homes for you to look at. Inherent in this relationship is the fiduciary duty of the agent to act in your best interests. The agent is going to help you and guide you and ideally give you a great experience, as that industry relies heavily on referrals for client acquisition. Sound familiar? Well, the best contractors understand this relationship well. They communicate clearly and make the client feel valued. They understand that construction projects can be positive experiences for all parties. Their projects can end in friendship and glowing recommendations. So how do we bring these two groups together? It's incumbent on the contractor to drive this bus, not to read clients' minds and preemptively answer all their questions, but to create an environment where clients feel comfortable to ask the dumb questions. Half of my job as a project manager was to explain prior to construction or a specific task, why it was necessary, who does the task, and essentially be part teacher. Clients appreciate it as they feel a part of the process and they feel more agency. The worst thing a client can feel is that their construction project is happening to them and they've lost control of this runaway train. They don't know what's happening now and they don't know what's happening next. All they do is pay the bills that are sent to them. The best contractors treat clients like a realtor would. They build trust, they understand their clients' fears, and they do their best to find out what the client's expectations are and align them with the reality of the project before the project or task. Knowing that clients may not know the appropriate questions to ask, the best contractors are curious and ask the questions relating to the issues that I outlined earlier. Questions are free, and managing expectations is the single most important part of this business. Managing expectations can be the single difference between a client singing your praises or leaving a scathing review on Google. The most important part of this relationship is making the client feel like everyone is pulling on the same rope, in the same direction. And managing client expectations early as possible is paramount to this. If you're telling clients after the project that their expectations were misaligned, it's way too late. So whether you're a client or a builder, let's raise our communication levels and create an atmosphere where everyone enjoys this process, not just the people getting paid. That's a mountain that I think we can climb. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to work together, you can get at me at albatrossdesignanddraft.com, or if you'd like coursework or educational resources around this topic, come see me at albatrossacademy.ca. Thanks for watching.